Spoiler alert.
Turn on your television, or PC depending on accessibility. Prepare your butts for this. Game TV.
This is a question I've been wondering for a while now, because it has grown so big on the internet and so many people love it. But what makes it so popular? Let's start off from the beginning. So the game opens up just like any other RPG, giving some stupid story blah blah blah. Then the game opens up with a child protagonist walking up on some yellow flowers. You know, typical RPG stuff. Then you walk into the first room possible, which leads you to have your first interaction, Flowey. Flowey is the first character you meet, and he has already broken the fourth wall. How though, you may ask? Well, Flowey is aware that all of these characters you are soon to meet and everything are in a video game. The proof is that he's taking advantage of a new character, you. He's faking a tutorial and luring you in. Most games start off with a tutorial, holding your hand through the first 5 minutes to an hour. Flowey knows this, and he's trying to trick you with his, friendliness pellets? This is just one example though. There are many other things. For example, there are 3 paths that you can take in the game. The first one is the one most people take on the first playthrough. See, when you play Undertale, you're supposed to have no knowledge of anything in the game. You shouldn't know about all 3 routes. The first route, known as the neutral route, is achieved by being balanced, killing some enemies, and letting some live, which is what most people will do on any RPG. The player should learn early on that there is a way to spare enemies without killing them, but it's usually too late at that point, and they had already killed someone in the past. So when they finish their neutral route, they want to play it again, but this time, killing no one. They get curious. They want to know what happens if they let everyone live. What can happen? What differs from the neutral route that they just took? Well, the differences are that they will befriend all of these monsters, having fun cooking food with Undyne and enjoying laughs and puns with Sans, going on silly dates with Papyrus, listening to the shy, anime-loving Alphys. Soon after finishing this ending, known as the PACIFIST route, they feel the need to complete every ending. They feel they won't be complete if they leave one ending unknown. This ending, of course, has you killing everybody, sparing nobody. This ending, known as the genocide route, is the most punishing of them all. This ending alone is a parody in a way of a few RPGs. Some RPGs like to have people grind and kill tons of enemies to gain more levels and experience and HP, etc. Because everyone can and will judge you for your actions, many monsters won't appear because they are terrified of you, the crazed murderer. If you are aware of these endings ahead of time, then you may do them out of order and mess with things. Because, for example, say you're an idiot like Dylan and decide to do a genocide route first and murder all of your friends that you have met before the pacifist route. Then you are forever unable to do the pacifist route, no matter how many times you reset. Some characters will remember what you did in the other timelines. They know what you've done to them and your friends. They will always judge you, which is what makes Undertale so amazing. No other game has done this. Very few games can make you laugh, cry, scared, and happy in more than just a little over 7 hours. So many games nowadays are all about the best graphics and murdering everybody, and there is no consequences to it. You can just murder so many people and monsters and be fine. Undertale knows this and uses it to its advantage. Undertale understands gamers and game standards. It will then tweak with that idea to mess with people's emotions. There are other reasons to what make this game so great though. To people who don't have time to play the game or can't afford it, they'll usually watch their favorite internet celebrity play it. They enjoy it because they can watch these people and see what choices they make. They can understand how they feel, and at one point in the game, it points these people out. People who are too afraid to pursue the genocide route will usually watch an internet celebrity play it and see their struggle with it and feel sorry for them. There are other things that make Undertale wonderful though too. It combines many different genres of games. It combines most RPG elements, as well as throws in some platforming elements and some puzzles, while combining old school shooters and more. It gives way more variety. For example, if you are murdering tons of monsters in the genocide route, you get way more fights, and in turn, more of these little mini games as you kill. It's not just you sit there for 2 hours killing everybody in Hotlands and move on. The story of Undertale is also what makes it so popular. It's totally original. It has great twists and turns and is the most making choices affects the end of the game story I've seen in a long time. I'm looking at you, Mass Effect 3. You can choose to kill Papyrus but let Alphys live. You'll have consequences. You can kill Undyne and spare Muffet. You'll have consequences. For everything you do, there is consequences. It's teaching you that the choices that you make affect these monsters and you as a human. The game has great comedy, storytelling, character interaction, and don't even get me started on the music, man. But overall, there's no downsides or downfalls, aside from the game giving you no hints to run from Undyne on her pacifist fight. Other than that, one small little nitpick, I think Undertale is a wonderful game. So as you save Azrael, kill a crazy flower that is using Photoshop to create a final form, or spending 5 hours trying to murder your pun-loving little skeleton friend, just know you're playing the game correctly, as Toby Fox intended. So good on you, Toby. You made a wonderful game that is taking 7 months to figure out, and people are still finding new things to this day. Also, good on you, player, for completing all the endings and doing everything successfully. In the end, do I think it's worthy of IGN's PC Game of the Year? Yeah, and should it have beaten out Ocarina of Time in GameFAQ's Best Game Ever contest? Very much so, yeah. I don't really care for Ocarina of Time, but that's what I think at least. What makes Undertale, Undertale? Also, thank you Bryson for letting Dylan force you into playing Undertale with Dylan. Recording it helped a lot with gameplay for this episode. P.S. I've never played Undertale. This is Dylan's script, even though it sounds like I was describing Undertale. Just saying. Alright.